Hello, class. I'm back in the rocker again. It's chilly this morning as well, but it's kind of a welcomed, refreshing chill, if you would. So I'm all bundled up. I'm wrapped up like a burrito in my rocking chair, ready to talk about academic argument essay number 2, body paragraphs. So our reading from rules of thumb, right? Paragraphs, long and short, gives us some good guidelines for focusing our development of the body paragraph specifically. So, as the suggestion indicates right from the start, the paragraphs of your essay lead the reader step by step through your ideas. Each paragraph should make a point, and every sentence in it should relate to that point. That's what we mean when we talk about coherence. You make a point and you support it with facts, examples, details, quotes, and citations. So in your topic sentence, which supporting idea will the paragraph focus on with regard to identity and stereotypes or stereotyping to support your thesis? Now, each body paragraph should be a minimum of 7 to 10 sentences. When you think about it, if you have a topic sentence and a transitional sentence or conclusion sentence, could you have at least 5 sentences of background? I'd like to think so. Background information, facts, I'd like to think so. Examples, I'd like to think so. Quotes and citations. So think about it this way. If you have 5 sentences minimum, in addition to your topic sentence and your transitional and concluding sentences, then you're building that paragraph to a minimum of 7. I think that once you get started, you'll find when you're introducing your quotes, you're citing your quotes, commenting on the significance of your quotes, it's going to help you develop, right, the body support for each body paragraph. Think of a body paragraph as like a mini essay. The topic sentence is essentially your introduction, and the conclusion or transitional sentence is just that, the conclusion, the wrapping it up, or you're looking ahead to the next one. And then for the support, right, that's the body of your paragraph. It's very important to think about writing paragraphs sentence by sentence, because then it makes it easier to create and construct the paragraph as a whole. Just break it down sentence by sentence. Start with the topic sentence. Ask yourself, which supporting idea are you going to focus on the lens of rhetorical analysis? Are you going to bring in an anecdote, a personal experience, or something that you've read or witnessed? Are you going to bring in a possible cause or causes, an effect or effects? Again, you have lots of options in terms of how you want to structure each of your body paragraphs and as far as the topics. Now, you'll notice there's a link to the Purdue OWL website for body paragraphs, and their advice is to move from general to specific. So you start with that general idea, that topic sentence, right? And then they say it's kind of an inverted pyramid, right? And then you focus and get more specific and provide the support and the quotes and the citations, right? And then the conclusion. Usually a good rule to follow is that you should have at least one quote from your secondary sources in each body paragraph. And then when you're quoting from your sources, you should have at least one sentence of analysis per quote. So if you have a quote that's 2 sentences, you should have at least 2 sentences of analysis. Now, keep in mind, when you have a quote that's 4 lines or less as you type it out, right, you keep that quote within the text of the paragraph. But if it's more than 4 lines, right, you cite that quote according to MLA block format, right? And the Purdue OWL website also has a wonderful example of MLA block format, right? 3 things. You set up the quote with a complete sentence and a colon so that your reader can stop and catch their breath. Remember, punctuation tells people how to read things out loud. you indent the whole quote and you remove the quotation marks and you put the citation before the punctuation, right? And I kind of like when you type in block quotes, the Google answer is quite simple with the 4 bullet points. Start on their own line, indent the entire quote, remove the quotation marks, and put the punctuation at the end before the citation. Normally the period that ends a sentence goes after, but not with a block quote. So I'll put the links. Obviously, this is, Googling block quotes. This is the Purdue Writing Lab MLA format. This is the Purdue Writing Lab body paragraphs. Now, the 4 elements of a good body paragraph are transition, topic, sentence, specific evidence and analysis, and a brief wrap-up sentence. And these 4 guidelines are going to help us when we're reflecting back on our body paragraphs and analyzing them to determine whether or not they're effective and whether or not they do what? Fulfill our student and course learning outcomes, right? And the outcomes for this class are that we want to analyze and evaluate and compose, right? So that we can make a point about culture and society. And when we evaluate secondary sources and their arguments through the lens of rhetorical analysis, right? When we analyze, right, the various arguments related to a subject and respond to those arguments with Rogerian strategy, right? You're fulfilling your student learning outcomes. When you make a point about culture and society, what do we learn about identity and stereotyping and the damaging and negative effects it has on our culture and society? You're reflecting on global awareness as well as the rhetorical situation, right? The art of persuasion, as we know, is our definition of rhetoric. And that's yet another example of you fulfilling your outcomes for this course. So I hope that this description of constructing the body paragraphs is helpful. What is it? It's Monday at 8:58 a.m., right? I will be around all day today. If you have any questions, as always, you can call me, you can message me, you can FaceTime me. Remember, tomorrow's office hours. So if you want to Zoom tomorrow during our scheduled time for this particular class, right? Please join me. If for some reason you cannot make it at that time, but you still want to Zoom at a different time in the afternoon, let me know. My office hours for all my classes, right, extend from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So anytime before or after, I'm available for a Zoom. And I hope, again, this lecture, right, is found to be helpful. Sorry, I'm tripping over my own words. Okay, so ideally between the guidelines in the book, rules of thumb, paragraphs long and short for creating topic sentences and supporting those, right, topic sentences with facts, examples, details, right, with specific evidence and analysis, and then ending the paragraph with a transitional or concluding sentence. I hope these are helpful. Please, again, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time.